What's good, YouTube? Now, somebody we all know named Charleston White, when he would go on his Say Cheese interviews, which have damn near become legendary at this point, maybe not so much with the recent acts Charleston has been engaged in, but I think we can all say that those interviews, some of us have picked some game up from those interviews. Now, within those interviews that Charleston would have with Say Cheese, he would always mention a case where him and a bunch of his friends, when they were younger, they went into the mall to steal some stuff, and there was a mall cop that wasn't having it. He wasn't trying to let them steal anything at all, and he was willing to go all the way, to the point where that mall cop actually lost his life, and Charleston and his friends were arrested for this incident. Now, to some people who may not have actually seen this incident or seen any evidence of this incident happen, it might just be another thing that Charleston's talking about, right? He likes to mention it a lot, to be honest. Like, sometimes he doesn't really mention the thing that happened in a good light. Like, sometimes he says stuff like, we murdered a white, you know what I'm saying? We murdered a white man. You know what I'm saying? He's always saying stuff like that when it comes to the case. So sometimes he's humble about the case and talks about it from a very sincere standpoint. And then he has times where he's not really talking about the case from a sincere standpoint, kind of in a he kind of talks about it in a braggadocious manner. But nonetheless, I'm actually here today to show you that footage of Charleston White at 16 years old on trial for for catching a hat. I don't want to say it like that because it sounds kind of bad, but that's what it is, bro. That's what he did, bro. You know, that's just the new lingo, bro. It's not to disrespect anybody. But anyway, yes, he's on trial for it. But in this actual video, as people have mentioned on Twitter, in the comment section of this video, I think he's actually snitching on one of his co-defendants. So it just goes to show that Charleston is really about that snitching lifestyle, bro. He was not talking just to talk. Like, he will snitch, bro, if it gets down to it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm pretty sure he's notoriously said, like, hey, I know some murders from 19 whatever that I could snitch about and get away with. But anyway, guys, here's the video of Charleston White at 16 on trial for an M.
I handed him the gun out the backseat of the car.
16-year-old Charleston White took the stand and testified against his friend, Antoine Doolittle, who sat just a few feet from him and listened intently.
He pulled off the hammer back on the gun.
And then what happened?
He fired.
Doolittle is accused of gunning down 34-year-old Michael Levy of Irving. Levy attempted to stop Doolittle, White, and two other teenagers accused of shoplifting 3 sports jackets and a baseball cap from an Arlington mall in September of 1991. Witnesses say Levy pounded on their windshield until the teens threw the jackets out the car window. Then Doolittle supposedly shot him in the back as Levy walked away. White repeated the conversation he says he had with Doolittle after the shooting.
I said, look, you shot him.
And what did he do?
Started laughing.
Levy had been married only 4 days when he was shot.
But I always had my dreams of my Prince Charming. I found him. And it's hard to believe, but I did. And I believe in fairy tales because he made my dreams come true. And they took that away.
White will be testifying against all 3 of his buddies in exchange for a maximum sentence of 12 years. A juvenile judge reduced the charge from capital murder to murder against Doolittle, so the teenager faces from 5 years to life in prison if he's found guilty.
I handed him the gun.
Now, guys, in this video, you can obviously see Charleston was telling on his co-defendant. It's consistent with what he says. Now, if this was somebody else who's claiming that they were so street, so this, so that, you know, then fair enough. But it's consistent with the stuff he says, you know. And I'm not gonna lie, he looks pretty much the same since then, bro. I mean, obviously the hair is different, but he looks completely different. I wonder if he ever thought he would be where he is now with the whole stuff that he's doing. And speaking of that, let's get onto more of a serious note. The reason I wanted to show this as well is because we're not really seeing the community activist side of Charleston White anymore nowadays. We're really seeing the I've got some money, I've got something going on for myself, and now I'll give a damn about the community. So I just kind of wanted to show this just to let people know that this man wasn't lying about his past, you know, because you see him now and he doesn't look like he's someone whose past would add up with who he is now. But once upon a time, you can find pictures of him in the community doing activist work. It seems like at a juvenile, doing stuff with juveniles as well. Like you could see he was in the community, so all of this stuff wasn't a facade, because you could see him now and he's dissing, you know, people like Get Money Lil Ronnie and his deceased daughter. Like he's kind of changed since the old days where he was doing Say Cheese interviews and whatnot. So you can kind of hear him now and it kind of sounds unbelievable. But yeah, bro, this nigga was really at 16 on trial for M, and he wasn't capping about it, and someone did actually unfortunately lose their life. Now I wonder if he's still cool, because he kind of talks like he's still cool with the co-defendants. I don't know if they forgave him for snitching or whatnot, because he also does mention that he was running the juvenile when he was in there. Like, I think he was a crip or whatnot, something like that. Like, he was running the jail, whatever. Like, that's at least the way he made it seem. He was running it. So I don't know if they'll let him run it knowing he was snitching, because I'm pretty sure they took snitching a lot more serious back then as well. So I don't know if he was actually running the juvenile prison or that's just cap. I don't know. You know, someone who has more information will have to let me know about that. But yeah, guys, that this was a real case, a real situation, and it seems like Charleston, it seems like he's learned from the situation, you know, not to be in the streets. But yeah, nowadays Charleston is going crazy, bro, saying any and everything, bro. I'm all like, he's on some crazy stuff nowadays. So yeah, I don't know if we're gonna see that old Charleston coming back to educate us and put us on game. Damn, my bad. Put us on game about certain things, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if we're gonna see that Charleston coming back anytime soon, but yeah, he was there once upon a time. But anyway, guys, let me know what you think about this, and yeah, let me know if you think Charleston's gonna come back, the real Charleston, bro, or is he gonna keep going down this? I don't know if he can come back at this point. You know, mentioning a 5-year-old deceased little girl, that's crazy, bro. So I don't know if he's gonna be able to come back. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. At the end of the day, it's in the public's hands, so let me know what you guys think. But yeah, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, stay tuned for more videos, and keep God first. I'm out.